We gathered in Brussels with 35 young people and youth workers to talk about the shrinking space of civil society, particularly youth civil society, which is shrinking in Europe in different countries, meaning that there are repressions imposed against the youth civil society organizations who are not able to fully operate and make changes in their societies.
Basically, this was a mixed group of youth workers and young people from different countries: Italy, Belgium, Moldova, Hungary, Poland, Georgia, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, but also people based in these countries but coming from different countries, working together around the topic of shrinking spaces for youth civil society. So how spaces for civic spaces are shrinking, especially for young people in these years. We actually started working on this project before the pandemic, so the pandemic had a big influence on this project. And then we started doing activities before the invasion of Russia in Ukraine, so also the war affected and is still affecting the project a lot.
We have developed an educational tool which have been tested. It's called ATA, and it stands for Assessment, Training and Action or Advocacy. The main meaning of it, we need to assess the situation in our countries in order to be able to train young people to take the action and combat the shrinking civic space in their respective countries.
With this diverse group, we explained what we did in the previous phase, because it's a long-term, mid-term phase project, we say. Did some training elements, especially in terms of what is human rights education, how it can help youth work and youth activism in participants' local context. And the main part of the second half of the training was dedicated to planning local actions. So we close with planning the ideas, with some commitments. Some of the actions are very concrete. Well, most of them are very concrete, but we have to see the timeline if we manage to do it as we expect them to do it.
We have been talking about human rights principles. We have been talking about shrinking civic spaces in Europe, what are the trends, and also we came up with action plans which will be implemented later on in their respective countries to reclaim the civic space for youth organizations.
We learned a lot about the practicalities and methodology of protests and how to organize a strike, as well as raising awareness for human rights. I did not really know what to expect. That's the whole thing about this. It's my first time being here. But other than that, I think it was a very nice week spent here, and we managed to do a lot.
I managed to deepen a lot this concept, trying to understand how it can be implemented, how can we fulfill our civil and political and social rights. I had the chance to meet and to have a confrontation, share ideas with a lot of people from all over the world. I think that from the exchange always comes richness, and this has been a great opportunity to do so.
This experience was totally great because, as expected, I got to meet so many new people, build epic relationships with other people from different cultures, get to know much more about different situations in different countries. So it was this exchange of ideas, and then also we had a lot of time to come up with different ideas, like new ideas that could help us and enlighten other people to be more active.
I think that now we are leaving this place much more empowered and ready to implement our local actions plan. And what is most important, that we can start like from the scratch, like from the bottom, and we can reach to the people around us and to invite them, to make them also more caring about such important issues as human rights, and more aware that it is depending on us if we will still have our civil space to somehow influence what is happening in our countries.